Welcome back to 5 Minute Rants. I'm Matt Weaver, your host. So, the last episode, episode 12, astrology, touched on some of the things I want to touch on in this. This episode, I want to talk about labels. I'm not talking about the nutritional facts on the back of the can of the Mountain Dew that you're drinking, probably. I want to talk about the labels that we impose on ourselves. It's strange to me. It seemed like when I was a kid, you didn't want to be labeled. Because if you were labeled, that was fuel for bullying or, oh, you're that fucking kid with the hat. Fuck you, kid. Or whatever. Whatever the labels were. Let's not talk about that. I get canceled before anything. Anyway, like we didn't want to be labeled. Like that was a bad thing to be labeled. I walked in. There's another drink. Take another drink. Turn up, fam. But yeah, when I was a kid, I didn't want to be labeled, and I worked really hard to not fit to one certain thing. I'm a comic book nerd. If you know me, you know I'm hardcore on that shit. Still am. Maybe not as much as I once was, but back in those days, like because I'm 1,000 years old or whatever, old timey days. I'm just kidding. You're a nerd. Oh, you're a nerd. Look at your glasses. I've never wore glasses ever. Well, I probably need them. Yeah, because that's a thing that happens when you get older. But yeah, that was like, oh, that's nerd shit. You're a nerd. You're a fucking nerd. I'm like, have you seen my grade card? I'm not a nerd at all. I'm a fucking dork, is what I am. 100%. I identify as a dork to this day. Because, I'm not smart enough to be a nerd, but I'm definitely not normal. I'm aware of that. But yeah, you didn't want to get labeled, so it's like I played sports too, and they're like, "Oh, well, you're a jock." I'm like, "Yeah, but I read comic books," and they're like, "Shit, what the fuck is this kid?" That's the best way I can describe who I was growing up. Is everybody going, "What the fuck is this kid?" Like I can't put him in a box. That's the thing that labels do is they put you in a box, and once you're in that box, you can't break free of that. Think of your favorite like band. As soon as they tweak their sound a little bit, oh fuck these guys, they're in this box now, and then they fucking change it up on you. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. More often for the worse. That's okay. It's all part of a journey. We're all on a journey, so don't put yourself in that box. But this generation nowadays, you introduce yourself. Oh hi, you're so and so cool, and it's like within 5 minutes, you know that they're a vegan. You know that they whatever. You know whatever kind of sexual they are, or aren't, or and it's fine. I'm not hating on people for having different things that make them tick. That's awesome. I think we need to embrace as many differences as we can. I think that makes us all more well-rounded. That's kind of what I was getting at earlier. Like I was trying to be a well-rounded kid. Like I liked, into my teens, I like all different kinds of music. I like hip hop. I like new metal as they call it. I like traditional metal. I like classic rock. I like some country. I like older country. This new shit sucks dicks for a living, and they get paid well, which is sickening and sad. That's another topic for another time. But now it seems like, yeah, everybody wants to, well, this is what I am, and they have a flag for everything now, and it's just like, cool. Like, I get it. You want your voice heard. I support that 100%. I don't care who you are, what you identify. It doesn't bother me. You got people that are pissed because they changed Mr. Potato to just potato. And it's like, what's worse, the people that decided that the gender of the plastic potato needed to be redefined, or Universal, or the person that gets pissed that they changed it. Like, I think it's the person that gets pissed that they change it. Who gives a fuck? It's a toy. And if it gets more kids, I guess, to play with it and feel welcomed and normal, there's no normal. There isn't a normal. There never has been, so get that shit out of your head now. But yeah, I just think the fucking labels, man. Like, why the fuck do we have to like put ourselves in these boxes? Like, even now as an adult, I try to not be in one box or the other. I wear flannel shirts. I drive a pickup truck. You know, all of a sudden I start to get labeled, and I bust out a Miles Morales Spider-Man T-shirt, and people are like, "Wait, what?" I start quoting Star Wars or whatever. Fuck off. Like, I'm just who I am. Like, I do all kinds of different shit. I like to shoot guns. I like to fucking do all the fucking macho hacho bullshit. But I also like to curl up on the couch and watch a sappy movie from time to time. Like, I don't have to be one or the other. I can be all of these things because I enjoy all of these things. I genuinely do. So, whatever. Just be who you are. For fuck's sake. Stop. Labels are bad. They're always bad because once somebody can label you, and that's what people do when you meet somebody, you're like, "Oh, this guy's a fuckhead." That's usually what I hear about me. It's true. I am a fuckhead, but that doesn't define. That's a microcosm of who I am as a person. So why are we so eager to sign up for these labels where it's like, "Oh, well, you're a fucking LGBTQ ally"? Fuck yeah, I am. I am. Live your life. Whatever makes you happy and you're not hurting nobody, I don't give a shit. If you want to get married, be miserable with the rest of us. It's fine. Do no harm first. That's kind of my thing. And then be who the fuck you are. Like, you're you. Okay, cool. Tell me about you. Don't break it down to these simple labels. I want to know the complexity of what makes you tick. So I can better understand you and in part your journey, because that's where we all can learn and grow from one another. Like, heaven forbid, it doesn't have to be this one-way street. It doesn't have to be. And people aren't these one-dimensional objects that we try to put them as. So I get that when you're talking about certain things that are very near and dear to you, to hear anybody say anything the opposite is hurtful. I get that. 100% get that. I felt that in my life. Being called a nerd. And then they realize I'm not smart. So they're like, "You're a fucking dork, bro." And I'm like, I embrace that. That's Dork Man. That's my superhero name. I don't know. Fuckhead's probably more like it. But yeah, dude, like, why do we gotta label ourselves? Why do we have to try to? People already do that. People already label you. People already try to put you in this box. Don't put yourself in the box. Fuck that. And what's funny is when you get out of your realm, when you're not devoted to one circle or the other, you learn a fucking lot. Like, you learn a lot about who you are, what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy, and then in turn you grow. So please keep growing. Fuck, as people, all of us. I don't care who you vote for, or why. I don't. I mean, I'd like to hear your opinions on things, because I think everybody's entitled to an opinion, and I think everybody has different information than everybody else. So please, why are we pushing away each other? That's the most counterproductive thing. We can't grow if we don't step outside of our comfort zone. We can't grow if we don't learn new things or think about things in a slightly different way. So fucking quit. This one got too serious, other than me calling myself a fuckhead like 16 times. There's another shot. I did that on purpose. You're welcome. Enjoy that buzz. But yeah, for real, like, think about that. Think about who you are as a person, and think about the labels that people might try to assign you. You know, like off the top, somebody sees me in a truck, flannel shirt, and this bald ass head, bro. My son calls me Shiny Boy. It's hilarious. I love it. I tease him back because he's gonna be Shiny Boy too. So he's gonna be Shiny Boy Junior. He's gonna put the boy in Shiny Boy. But yeah, people see me in my truck and my flannel and my bald head, and they're like, "Oh, this fucking guy. I know what he's about." Bet you don't. I bet you have no fucking concept of what I'm about. You can try. You'll fail 100% of the time. I will surprise you with insight into all different sorts of things on all different sorts of topics, most of which I know nothing about because I'm allowed to have an opinion, whether I'm right or wrong or know anything. The internet taught me that. I'm kidding. But seriously, stop labeling other people. Stop labeling yourself. Stop trying to get into a box voluntarily because once you're in that box, it's hard to break out. Love you guys. Next time I will be funny. Probably not.